This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me.
Okay, we actually are going to be talking about tar sands impacts.
Hi, my name is Julia Trigg Crawford. I'm a farmer in Northeast Texas in a little community called Direct, Texas, and the Keystone XL pipeline, the southern leg of it, is crossing our family farm, and I'm fighting tooth and toenail to keep that from happening. I've come to the realization that I may not be occupied, but what I'm fighting for, I think, is the same stuff everybody else is. And so we're realizing that we thought at one time our rights were protected and were being watched over. We're learning that those processes and those people have abandoned us, and the only thing we have in our power is to now stand up for our own rights. And my dad told them the same thing he told 2 other pipelines. We don't want a pipeline across our farm. Can you find another route? Our neighbors would be glad to have you. TransCanada said, no, we're coming across, and if you don't sign this easement, we're gonna take it anyway. And it was never about the money. We didn't want a pipeline. We didn't want them horizontally drilling under the creek where we have water rights to irrigate our farm. We didn't want them burrowing through the Caddo Indian artifacts that everybody knows are on our place. But TransCanada didn't care. It was the fastest place to get from A to B. So for the past 3 years, we've stood tall and stood strong. We battled it out in a lower court hearing with TransCanada, my one attorney against their army. And after months of testimony and thousands of pages of documents, the judge sent a 15-word ruling from his iPhone giving TransCanada the right to take our land. If I go down, I'm going down swinging, and the ripple I start is going to become a wave.
Enbridge is paying Sheriff Wigglesworth's deputies for a private police force to act with the authority and power to arrest on behalf of Enbridge.
Okay, this is the southwest corner of my property, and that is the 120-foot wide swath that was cleared by Enbridge. This area here, the trees that we planted, they took nearly all of that. This was our garden, they took all of that with this little tiny corner here.
This is my example of big corporations going awry. I told them my mom's in grave condition. She's not going to pull out of this one. And would you please delay cutting my trees down until she passes? And I received an email back and my phone calls. No, things will progress as scheduled. And my mom, even in her dementia, she would say, no, what's going on with your trees and that pipe thing that's going through?
My land!
Whose land?
Our land!
Whose land?
Our land!
My neighborhood had 80 families. 3 more moved out this month. That leaves it probably about 15 families still living there. I did health surveys along the river. I've had 19 people die in 3 years.
Going through the river one day, I just happened to be walking along and looking in the river bottom, and something caught my eye, and it looked different. It wasn't natural. And we found these here. I thought they were rocks at first. Maybe thought they were sandstone, limestone, something, but they're not a stone. They're porous. And then this one here is actually a sample of water. You want to take a swig? This is actually a sample of water taken out of Ceresco Dam. This is what water in Ceresco Dam looks like right now.
Well, I'd like all of you to stand. We've sat for a long time, so sing along if you will.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. The sky is free, as planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
I would say the general mood of the entire city was that no, we've got to get these guys, and we'll let the cops go anywhere to find them.
Because here's what it was like, as far as I know, in Arkansas. It was like, oh, they got him. Okay, next on Jersey Shore.
Our police force went through a 20% reduction in pay and increased hours to 12-hour days. And the police force have walked around the city council building, and in protest, Occupy Detroit has walked with them.
Welcome, East Pasco Revolutionaries. I'm so glad you're here in Kalamazoo. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to read a proposal of solidarity that was put together in an online setting. We, the Occupy Strategy Group, are in solidarity with the group Move to Amend, and we will join the Move to Amend coalition of groups in solidarity with the effort to amend the Constitution to firmly establish that money is not speech and human beings, not corporations, are persons. A Robin Hoodie march, because we marched from Sherwood Forest and show solidarity and perpetuation for the 24th and all the things that surround that because of the march in Washington.
And I would hate for you to make this attempt and people get pissed off because you're walking through, even though you live over there, you're walking through the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Just piss the black folks off in their neighborhood, and you're concerned that they might be mad that they didn't hear about it.
I think it's disrespectful.
Would it be better if we asked your leaders, people of color leaders, what we can do for you and run your tune?
Anytime can you speak?
Come to you and say, how can I serve you, instead of saying, I'm having a march, and like, can you come, or can you bless it? Do you know what I'm saying? I want to serve you.
Or how can we work together?
Well,
I'd like to say, we need to break out of the group and go shake hands and introduce ourselves.
Oh, okay. Let's have breakfast in Martin Luther King Park. No blocks. Done. Done. Okay.
All right, so all you're going to do is stretch. So if you're willing and able, stand up and reach for the sky that is the limit. And reach down because we're grassroots.
And our legs don't bend that far.
Does anybody here know that there are concerns that this Move to Amend language is anti-union? Does anybody know that?
The Move to Amend proposed language, which is in Congress, which was actually vetted and written by lawyers, not just me, but multiple lawyers and people's lawyers, including folks. I mean, I'm a member of Pipeline Worker Local Number 38 for many years. I am a trade unionist. This proposal, or the Move to Amend approach, will actually strengthen organized labor.
And I think now it's even more of a mistake to try to pick out one group and decide we're going to endorse them.
We all agree that corporations are people and money isn't speak. And we've agreed on that as a group. And I guess I'm really confused on what you do here. And I guess
in recognition that the future of the human race requires the cooperation of its members, that corporations place profit over people, self-interest over justice, and oppression over equality, we, those assembled here at NatGat do declare that we are in solidarity with the movement to amend the Constitution to firmly establish that money is not speech and human beings, not corporations, are persons entitled to constitutional rights.
This proposal has been out for the entire summer. People's eyes have been on it in the strategy group. On the back of this, 88 people responded saying abolish for persons is the number one thing. And people, including one of the people here who's blocking, had the opportunity throughout the summer to deal with this, okay?
For the original proposal as presented on the paper. The original proposal. As presented on the paper.
Question behind.
Look
Now you're taking up his position. That's
We have kind of a mess on our hands. It's a train wreck, partly because of the way it was facilitated, and partly because of the messiness of the whole thing. But about a half an hour, 40 minutes before I took the mic to facilitate, I asked Rick if this is the time for me to step in. He said, just give me another minute, and he kept on going and kept on going.
I propose that we table this, and I propose that everybody put everything down. And we're going along. I ask that you look down upon my brothers and sisters, all of us here. Good hearts, good feelings when we leave here with one another. Start here and we'll go.
We did the first over here.
Another